Aloha there. This is Darci Frankel. Let's see. Okay. Aloha there. This is Darci Frankel coming to here from my home office. Today I'm talking about wildfires and your toxic exposure and 10 things that you can do. Today I'm streaming on my Facebook, on YouTube, on a few of my Facebook pages. So I will answer questions at the end, so type them in. And thanks so much for that. Love, love, love your questions. And by the way, when you find value, go ahead and push the like button. Smash the like button. Just give it a little love. Give me a little love back. All right, so today we're talking about wildfires and your toxic exposure and 10 things that you can do. I was thinking about this morning, and there are a few of my dear, dear close friends who are on the West Coast, and just really my heart goes out to everybody on the West Coast right now. I can't even begin to imagine everything that y'all are going through. And so I wanted to share a little bit with you about a few things, 10 things that you can do to support your body. And some of you may know me and may know that I have been practicing Ayurvedic medicine. I've been practicing for about 26 years, and I've been running my day spa here on Kauai for about 16 years. I've helped people to be healthy for a very long time, and I help people through information just like this, retreats at my day spa, and different courses and cleansing programs that I offer. All right, so what I have to say today is this is absolutely unprecedented. The amount of toxic matter that's being released into the environment, the air, the water, and our food and atmosphere is absolutely unprecedented. Even aside from the wildfires, and at no other time in history, of the world have there ever been more substances that we've been exposed to more substances that are so toxic to the body. There are more types of plastics, of chemicals, and toxins in our air, water, and food than ever before. Drinking, so I took some notes, so you'll see me looking at my notes because I really want to make sure to get all this stuff for you guys. So did you know that drinking from a simple plastic water bottle, we consume plastic, even if it says BPA free? And studies show that we consume a credit card's worth. When I quote that, I always want to have a credit card nearby. I don't. But studies show that we consume a credit card's worth of plastic each week. Think about that. And Fukushima is still spilling trillions of gallons of nuclear waste into the ocean every single day. Chemical plants spew toxic emissions, and our cleaning and body products all contribute to the toxic burden in our body and to the earth. Now, did you know that exposure to combinations of chemicals are thousands of times more harmful than to the human body and to the earth than being exposed to just one chemical? But don't worry, stick with me till the end, and I'll help you to be able to prevent toxins. And I will share with you the cleanse to end all cleanses, to eliminate these toxins. Now, right now, coming back to what we were talking about, right now, a third of the United States is burning. It's so sad to see people lose their homes and be exposed to and be poisoned by breathing these noxious fumes in. That means, let me break this down for you a little bit. And I'm looking here and I'm looking here because I have different devices. So thanks for your patience with that. So that means our homes, the contents of our homes, the plastics, the foams in beds, couches, carpeting, insulation in walls, the formaldehyde, the flame retardants in furniture, the paint on the walls, the plastics from all the appliances, all the chemicals and toxins in the contents of homes in stores and in businesses, cars, all of that. Did I say cars? Homes? All the contents in our homes, our stores, our businesses, cars, the components in half the United States, and components are burning. Like appliances, all of this is getting released into the atmosphere. Now, this is all going into the air, and people breathe that in. And I'm going to break this down for you in this video. So people breathe that in. So that means that the toxic burnt particles will fall into the water and onto our food, which is growing, contaminating the planet forever, because most of these toxins are what they call persistent. They persist in the environment and in our body for generations. They've done tests to see that this is, true, and it's a thing. Toxins are many of these toxins are persistent and might last for tens of thousands of years. Now, Agent Orange, a toxic complex combination of chemicals that Dow Chemical made in the United and used and sprayed on during the Vietnam War, millions of Vietnamese people, as well as our veterans, were exposed to Agent Orange and have caused these debilitating diseases in several generations now. I hate to even say this out loud, but the net effect of all these wildfires will cause a catastrophic increase in incidences of disease for generations to come as well. But there are ways to learn about all the different categories of toxins to cleanse them. Now, we've tested My Cleanse on people who have been exposed to Agent Orange and even radiation. And they reported feeling fewer symptoms, feeling a clearer mind, and overall feeling healthier. I stated at the end, and I'll make you a special offer on my cleansing program. Coming back to our topic. This is really important. Now remember, if you can smell it, you are breathing in the particulate. You are breathing in the toxin. The particulate is the smell. I'll say it again. The particulate is the actual smell. In other words, when you can smell something such as smoke, in this case, you are breathing in the particles. You're taking those particles into your body through your lungs, which then deposit there and go directly into the bloodstream. As another example, when you smell mold, you're actually breathing in the mold particles. Now, mold can lodge into the sinus cavities, into the lungs, even get into the blood and other different organs, and then start to grow. And another example, when you smell that fresh laundry smell, that smell that you can smell on your clothes, from, when you wash your clothes, or from, when your neighbors are doing laundry, you are breathing in all the complex chemicals in laundry detergents and the fabric softeners. Incidentally, these chemicals are designed to stick on your clothes and sheets, and then they release the scent. Now, think about if it sticks to there when you breathe it in, don't you think it might stick in your body? And that scent, just that exact scent, and laundry detergents are a complex combination of chemicals that disrupt your own natural hormone balance and cause harm and wreak havoc to your endocrine system and can make you sick. Now, a lot of people, not me, because I use organic bamboo sheets and chemical-free laundry detergent, but other people wear these clothes all day, and then, think about it, they sleep on their sheets, exposing their skin to these complex chemicals 24 hours a day. Then get in the shower where their skin drinks in 100 more times more fluoride, chlorine, drugs, persistent in the municipal drinking water. So there are drugs that are in your municipal drinking water, such as antibiotics, antidepressants, pain pills, synthetic hormones, hormone replacement pills, birth control pills. Now think about this if you're a man. Chemotherapy agents, sleeping pills, and more. Then eat food which has genetically engineered pesticides grown into it, then sprayed on their food, and then fed growth hormones and antibiotics. No wonder why we're sick as a nation. As a society, we desperately need to learn about all these different toxins and the combinations of toxins. We need to cleanse these toxins from our bodies. We need to know how to track our progress as we cleanse them. And probably most importantly, or equally importantly, is to prevent these toxins from getting into our bodies in the first place. Because it's way easier to prevent them from getting in than to cleanse them. Let me say that again. It's way easier to cleanse these toxins. Sorry, one more time. Because it's way easier to prevent these toxins from getting in our body in the first place than it is to cleanse them. Sorry about the blender. Sometimes I get excited. Whew, but don't worry, I got you. Now, did you know that we consume toxins in 3 different ways? We breathe toxins in through our lungs. Then our skin indiscriminately digests and consumes everything we put on it. And we consume toxins through eating. This is really important too. Excuse me. This is really important. What you need to know is that being exposed to toxins for the most part is not like when you stub your toe, because when you just stub your toe, you feel the entirety of the effect immediately. You understand? So in other words, if you're exposed to toxins currently being released as a result of the wildfires on the West Coast, you might feel many immediate effects, such as burning in your eyes, burning in your chest, brain fog, confusion, headaches, but the long-term effects are yet unknown. I'm going to share with you 10 different things you can do in just a moment. Now, here's what we know. Most of the signs of the toxins. So now I'm going to talk to you about signs of toxic exposure. So here's what we know. Most of the signs of toxins in the body are the same. So whether you're exposed to, just kind of make this broad category of toxic exposure and different signs. So I've been hearing reports that people experiencing the very same signs that I've been teaching about in my Serious Cleanse 30-day challenge and my free 7-day cleanse, by the way. I help people to learn about toxins, to cleanse them, and to track their progress, and to prevent these toxins from getting in the body in the first place. That's what I was explaining before. Now, what happens is I've been hearing these same exact signs and symptoms. Oh, I have an infographic here that I can't really show you. I'll just describe it. So, signs of toxins: brain fog, bad breath, confusion. Now, you might not have bad breath if you're exposed to chemical toxins, but a lot of people are getting a lot of symptoms in their heads, such as brain fog, confusion, anger, irritability, mood swings, headaches, insomnia, or sleeping a lot, lethargy, irritability, low energy. Incidentally, anger is a sign of certain really intense toxins, as well as combinations of toxins, or a sign that someone's done you wrong. Anxiety. Let's see, what else does my infographic say? I wish I could show you this one right now. Pain, a heavy feeling, strong recurrent emotions, pain in the body, rage, unexplained sadness and anxiety. So these are some of the signs of toxic exposure. All right, so now what you can do to reduce your toxic exposure. Now remember that old adage is very applicable here. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. In other words, it's much easier to prevent toxins from getting in your body than it is to cleanse them. God, I heard my cat crying, my kitten. So be the filter or buy the filter. So we either have an external filter or our body becomes the filter. Now it's really important to have a shower filter, a drinking water filter, as well as air filters. Remember the 3 ways that we consume toxins? Well, when you shower in the morning and in the evening, then oil your skin and your nostrils. It will help to keep your skin clean. Coating your skin with a little oil will prevent most toxins from penetrating into your body. And by lubricating your nostrils, the particles will be more easily eliminated and won't get in. Wear long sleeve clothing, long clothing when outdoors. But stay inside as much as possible right now as you can smell the burning. Do not exercise, do pranayama or deep breathing when you can smell smoke in the air, okay? Cover all your water and food containers, even if you're inside. So, my tea just sitting open like this, no, put a cover on it. And wash exposed produce in baking soda water. There are studies that show that baking soda water pulls pesticides. Forget the percentage, but it pulls a certain amount of pesticides out of the water. So go ahead and wash all your produce in baking soda water. During the active wildfires, change your filter every few days if you can. Instead of disposing of them, wash them with a hose so you can have a bunch on hand and maybe even double them up. You can also use them to make extra air filters. Excuse me. You can also use them to make extra air filters by taping them to a box fan, to one side of a box fan. So that's another way you can make a air filter. And let's see. Another suggestion for an ad hoc air purifier is to wet towels dipped in baking soda water and cover your vents, which will give you another level of air purification. You'd have to do that pretty much every day because it'll obviously dry out. Now, internal purification. Internal purification is really needed right now because of all the toxic particulates that are being released into the air that we are consuming through the 3 ways, through our breathing, our skin, and eating process, but mostly through the breathing and skin right now and eating. So I wrote down here in my notes that I have many friends on the West Coast in California, in Northern California, who over the last few years have gotten really, really sick after the fires over the last few years with even these mysterious acute autoimmune diseases. So it's really important to protect yourself. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So here are a handful of tips to quickly eliminate toxins from your body. Drink Tulsi tea or Tulsi water infusions. Studies show that Tulsi takes pollutants out of water, and it does the same thing in the body. There are many different types of Tulsi that you can find. I'm not sure if basil does the same thing, but maybe you could do a little research. But Tulsi helps to pull out impurities. Number 2 is activated charcoal. Personally, I would be taking 1 capsule three times a day, probably. If you're a big guy, you may want to take a little more. If you have a severe gut disorder, just be careful because it could irritate your gut in large quantities. And obviously your stool might be the color of activated charcoal. Now, charcoal has many microscopic surfaces which absorb toxins of all kinds. It acts like a magnet and just draws toxins to it. It's a go-to substance in many instances of poison. So if you call poison control, they might say, if you've been exposed to some type of poison, they might say, take GF charcoal. No, not charcoal briquettes. This is food grade activated carbon or activated charcoal. So your health food store usually has that. And moving forward, you want to get activated charcoal and have it on hand. By the way, this reminds me, I produced a video a couple of years ago, which is very pertinent right now. It's called What's in My Emergency Kit. You may want to check out that video. All right, number 3 is detox baths. Right now, submersing yourself in a detox bath is a really great way to pull out toxins. There's a few different types of substances that you can use that I've been experimenting with over 26 years in my day spa and in my cleansing and rejuvenation programs. And whereas I can't, you can't go ahead and use my my product right now tonight, but you can use 1 or 2 of these ingredients. So you could use bentonite clay. These all draw toxins out of the body. Bentonite clay, activated charcoal. Yeah, you make a bath and then you make it black with activated charcoal. And Fuller's Earth. These are a few ingredients that help to draw toxins out of the body. Also, if you happen to have food grade hydrogen peroxide, putting a half a cup of maybe 3%, this is very important, a half a cup of 3% food grade hydrogen peroxide really helps to detoxify as well. So these all absorb toxins. The next suggestion is to eat clean. Right now, it's very important to be balanced and not go into substance abuse issues or food addictions. You have to stay centered and focused for your family and your friends and yourself and your kitty. So do your best to avoid junk food and sugar and processed foods. Do your best to eat really, really clean. The next suggestion is neti. Neti, if you have a neti pot, use it. Neti gently cleanses the whole sinus, the whole upper respiratory apparatus from debris. You basically use warm, clean, use warm, clean, warm, not hot water. You add a pinch of salt to taste. So if it's too salty for your mouth, it's too salty for your sinuses. And then just rinse your nostrils every morning and night right now. Then oil your nostrils after that. Just this one suggestion goes a long way to supporting your own immunity. The next suggestion is keep your lymphatic system moving. So our body is really having a... Hear that? My kitty knocked something over. So right now our bodies, if you're exposed to these wildfires, your body is having a really hard time processing all of these toxins. And your 4 organs of detoxification are the skin, the lymphatic system, the liver, and the kidneys. So you want to do what you can to keep your lymphatic system moving. So if getting massage or self-massage, there are certain movements you can do to keep your lymphatic system moving. All right, now, one of the things that I offer is my Serious Cleanse Kit. It helps people to eliminate all manner of toxins with 3 steps, and it takes around 20 to 30 minutes. If you order it, I can rush it to you. This cleanse tea works to cleanse toxins from the liver and the kidneys, our first 2 organs of detoxification. And then I teach you how to cleanse your skin and your lymphatic system with real simple, easy to do movements that anybody can do. And then my Serious Cleanse body mask, which is this, has many earth and sea ingredients such as clays, activated charcoal, different kelps, and many herbs that are known to draw toxins out of the body. One kit lasts 5 days, one application each day. And people do this cleansing kit quarterly to eliminate all manner of toxins. So if you're interested in doing my cleansing kit, I will provide a link for you here. And those of you who would like to participate in a virtual cleanse, anyone on the West Coast can attend my virtual cleanse right now for free, which is where we go through this kit every day, and I support you with that. So here is the information for my Serious Cleanse protocol. What I'd like to do is review some of this. So the 3 ways that we consume toxins are breathing them in, through our skin, and through eating. Now remember, it's really important, these next points that I'm going to share with you. If you're exposed to toxins, you might not know. So you don't feel it immediately, just like, you would, stubbing your toe is the example that I gave. What are the other? Remember, if you can smell it, you are breathing in the particulate. If you smell it, those are the particles, right? So if you can smell something, if you could smell the smoke, you are breathing in the actual particles of the smoke. And particles that you're breathing in are all manner of things that are burning in people's homes and buildings. It's really important to do your best to remember an ounce of prevention right now is worth a pound of cure. The second piece, because we're recapping, is to be the filter or buy a filter. You want to do your best to filter these things out before your body becomes the filter, right? So try, do your best to have a shower filter and a water filter, as well as filter out the toxins before they get into your body through these air purifiers that I mentioned. Shower in the morning and the evening, put a little coat of oil on your skin and in your nostrils, wear long clothing, wear a 1099 mask when outdoors. Don't exercise right now, especially when you could smell the smoke. Cover all food and water containers to prevent debris from getting in. Wash exposed produce with baking soda water. During the active wildfires, change your filters even several times a week. If you can, wash them with a hose, let them dry so you can reuse them. Tape one to a box fan. The ad hoc purifier is using a rag with baking soda water put onto your vents in the house. Several aspects for internal purification. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Drink Tulsi infused water. Take activated charcoal. Detox baths. Eat clean. Do neti. Keep your lymphatic system moving with manual movements and massage. And if you'd like to try my Serious Cleanse protocol, my cleansing kit, you can do a virtual cleanse that's available right now to everybody on the West Coast, absolutely for free with the purchase of the kit. And there's a link for it right now. If you have questions, I will take questions right now. So let me see if there were any comments. Thank you for those who have joined me. Comments. Oh, let's see. Okay, I don't see any questions here. Oops. Yeah, I don't see any questions here. So the topic today was wildfire exposure and 10 things. So that concludes our topic for the day. Wildfire, what was it? What did I call it? Wildfires, your toxic exposure, and 10 things you could do about it. So wildfires, your toxic exposure, and 10 things that you can do about it. I hope that you have enjoyed this information. If you are interested in doing my cleanse, there's a link right here below. Go ahead and click on that. If you found value, please go ahead and like, comment, and share, because that really helps me. And thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate you for all your liking, your commenting, and your sharing. Sharing is caring. You're helping me, but you're helping other people by getting this valuable information. So thank you for all of that. Looking forward to seeing you next time with lots of aloha. I send my concentrated blessings and prayers to you. Take good care. Aloha.